Good day, I'm Tamara McHale and this is your GIS news for Monday, May 11. 27 buses have been added to the fleet of the Jamaica Urban Transit Company JUTC, boosting the public transportation system in Jamaica. JUTC's Managing Director Colin Campbell says one of the buses will be used in the Montego Bay metropolitan region and 16 will be added to the company's corporate area service. The remaining 10 will be added to the JUTC's premium service.
But they will represent a special category within our premium fleet to be known as European Luxury or Eurolux for short. Those buses will significantly add to our capacity to provide charter services as well as special premium services on our suburban routes into the business districts of Kingston.
The new buses will also help the JUTC to roll out its new brand called JUTC Tours, which will transport persons on tours across the island.
What we are doing here is to provide a service for the people of the KMTR where they can hop on a JUTC bus from our main transport center any day to visit the institutions which sometimes they only see in the news or hear about on the radio.
Meanwhile, the JUTC's recent bus acquisition is part of a broader plan to increase the number of buses it dispatches daily from 440 to 460. The bus company is also looking to increase the number of passengers it carries this fiscal year to 64 million.
There's a planned program to acquire buses and spare parts so that the service will not only be maintained at the present level, but we're going to step it up. Because we don't rest on our laurels. We're not satisfied with where we are. Our commitment is to provide an efficient, world-class service.
The Transport and Works Minister told Parliament recently that the pilot rural school bus system would also be extended.
Phase 3 will come in place in September. It will be implemented in Manchester with an application of the lessons we have learned.
A police post will be established in the Spanish Town Bus Park in St. Catherine as part of plans to stem criminal activity in the St. Catherine North Police Division. While on a recent tour, National Security Minister Peter Bunting said the bus park was being used as a haven for extortion and other criminal activities.
We're going to overhaul the system of operation of the bus park. We are going to have to bring it under proper control of the parish council. We have to ensure that the revenues that it generates goes back into the revenues of the council and goes back into the communities in a legitimate way, not to support criminal activity.
Other crime-fighting strategies will be implemented.
We're going to look at a number of other measures, including putting CCTV, etc., putting a number of security measures in the perimeter area, not just in the bus park itself, but in the communities and the feeder roads around the bus park.
Minister Bunting also spoke with community members in the St. Catherine North Division and assured them that the police would be doing everything possible to stem ongoing intra-gang conflicts. Ground has been broken for the construction of a community resource center in Gregory Park, St. Catherine. This area will be retrofitted with 3 containers and other amenities at a cost of $108,000. The project is being carried out under the second phase of the Community Empowerment and Transformation Project, Comet 2, which is funded by the United States Agency for International Development. It should be completed in June of this year.
Integral to the operation of the resource center will be a space from which the police will operate so that they are not set apart from the community, but instead become a part of the community and engaged with not just policing activities, but all the social activities that I expect will revolve around the resource center.
Comet 2 is a 5-year program that seeks to promote lawfulness in 25 volatile communities in Kingston, St. Andrew, St. Catherine, Clarendon, and St. James. The Housing Ministry will be spending $37 million to acquire and regularize properties as part of its thrust to address informal settlements this fiscal year. Minister with responsibility for housing Dr. Maurice Guy says the ministry is also making headway on the development of policies to regularize squatter communities.
I'm happy to report that the secondary analytical research on squatting has been completed and a cabinet note will be submitted within the first quarter of this financial year.
The ministry will also be conducting a squatter census and is developing a typology on squatting using a 3-tiered classification system. 8 parishes have already been identified for this exercise. And finally, government is expecting robust support from Jamaicans here and abroad at this year's staging of the Jamaica Diaspora Conference. The 6th staging of the conference will be held from June 13 to 18, and Foreign Affairs State Minister Arnaldo Brown says organizers have been putting all systems in place. While addressing a recent JIS think tank, he said trade and investment would again be the central focus of the conference.
Our position is that this is a value proposition for them where we're speaking about a return on their investment and the fact that the investment climate in Jamaica has improved significantly since 2013.
Among other things, the event will feature a marketplace, power breakfast sessions, and an international symposium on immigration and deportation. Booth space at the conference has been expanded from 45 to 70.
We have every expectation that this one is going to surpass the achievements of the last conference.
And that's it for GIS News Today. I'm Tamara McHale. Thank you for watching.